Tuned in to 94.3 Radio 1. And this is Mumbai On Demand with Annie.
Radio 1.
And the 3 o'clock hour, just like I promised, my guest is here. She's been around for 10-15 minutes and we've she's tried to educate me upon about personal genomics. And this was the first time ever from her that it came to me, personal genomics, because till then I only knew about gene therapy or anything to do with gene, that's all I knew, Gene. So genomics was completely new, and she spoke to me over the weekend saying that, I've got something interesting to tell you about, and which is personal genomics, and I am dealing in it, and I've been doing this for a few years. In fact, she happens to be one of the very few people who is, and correct me if I'm wrong, trained from the Johns Hopkins University and the National Human Genome Research Institute.
Yes, that would be correct.
The reason I'm saying this is also because I think you are among the very handful of them in the city or the country.
In the country would be fair. I'm going to try to be a little humble, but no, it is true. There's very few trained genetic counselors. It's not an area of expertise that's well known. So it's a little niche. And so, I'm one of the few people who've been here since the past 7 years.
Lovely. Yeah. And the person you're listening to right now along with me is Pooja Ramachandran Lodaya.
There you go.
Because on Twitter as well as on Facebook, I said Pooja Ramachandran. That's her first name. By the way, that's the name I first met her with.
Correct.
And then later on, obviously, Lodaya happened. And then so she was initially okay with it. But at the end of the conversation, can I just add Lodaya, please? Because kind of feels incomplete.
Sure, of course, I've been a genetic counselor as Lodaya. I was just a college-going kid and hanging out with you, Annie, as Ramachandran. So there's a bit of a difference between the Pooja being Lodaya and Ramachandran.
All right, we've straightened that out now.
Excellent.
So that's Pooja Ramachandran Lodaya. Okay, now coming to genes. So tell me, what is the first of all, the difference between gene and genome?
Sure, and I think that's a good place to start because, most people are familiar with genes. We know that the study of a gene is called genetics, and that's clearly something that most people already know. So the human DNA really has many, many, many genes. So if you study just one gene, it's genetics. Okay. But if you study all the genes that are possibly contained within the human DNA, it's genomics. We actually have about 25 to 30 genes in our DNA. So instead of genetics focusing on just one gene, genomics is a way that we can study all of these genes.
Wow.
So it's the DNA in its entirety.
Wow, that is definitely new. Maybe it sounds a little scary too, because suddenly someone is able to tell you everything about you. You know what I mean? Or what you're made up of. Wow. Okay, it's exciting, but at the same time it's a little, like I said. Ooh. Okay. So genome is, like you said, the entire study. Now, when you're saying this study, you also mentioned that it's about just 10 years into research and the study of, extending genomics.
Sure. It's not something that's in research anymore. I think a lot of many years went into finding out what really does human DNA contain. So I think the human genetic code was kind of hacked into somewhere in 2005 or 2006, where we knew exactly what a human DNA should look like from one end to the other end. Honestly, if you unwound human DNA, it's about 5 or 6 feet. So and it's all tightly coiled inside each and every cell of ours. So if we expanded that, there's about millions and billions actually of little alphabets, and we found out what exactly each alphabet was and what specific location that needs to be at, so that any changes might indicate a risk for disease in the future. So it's not really been research anymore. It's hugely clinically available, and a lot of people are using genomics to kind of change their lives and be healthier people.
There, she's just given so much, right? And that's what we're going to explore and discover and find out. Personal genomics. So like she said, it's coiled into every cell of the body, and there's so much that we can know about us so that we can save ourselves from the risk, and that's what we're going to get into after a few songs. For now, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Pooja Ramachandran Lodaya in the studio with me. And soon enough, we're going to be free from a lot of things.
You're tuned in to 94.3 Radio 1. And this is Mumbai On Demand with Annie.
Radio 1.
Pooja Ramachandran Lodaya in the studio with me. Every time I'm going to say Lodaya, she's going to keep smiling at it because she's so happy and glad I said Lodaya in the end. It sounds good, by the way.
Correct. Thank you. I think so too. Thanks, Annie.
Okay. And talking about personal genomics, you're working as a genetic counselor at Positive Bioscience.
Correct.
We'll touch upon that a little later, but for now, since we are dealing with the gene and genomics of a person, what is personal genomics?
That's an excellent question, Annie. well, personal genomics really is the study of our entire DNA to identify changes that might increase your risk for diseases. Now, all of us as human beings have like really 99.9% of all of our DNA is exactly the same.
Wow.
Correct. Yeah, it's this 0.1.
So we're soul sisters, we're born soul sisters, or whatever.
Well, just DNA sisters in a sense.
Okay.
Once
better that way.
Yeah, let's not go decoding the soul yet. We're not there. Fringe sciences later on.
Yeah.
But for now, like personal genomics looks at that 0.1%. Of differences that make us unique from one another. This could be what makes you taller than I, or what makes our hair texture different, or what makes our skin or eye color different from each other. But there's also some changes that we know to be associated with diseases. So what personal genomics does is that we study people's DNA and look at those changes and find out what your risk is for which kinds of diseases in the future, so you can intervene today to prevent those diseases from actually becoming a diagnosis.
And this is used extensively in the US as well as Europe.
Oh yeah, I mean it's actually something that is almost standard of care right now in the States. It's the same kind of stuff that is done at leading hospitals like Johns Hopkins, which is where I'm from, Harvard and Mayo Clinic. All these guys do personal genomics. If there's any family history of anything like heart disease, diabetes or cancers, personal genomics test will help other relatives know what chances they have of developing it and what they can do to prevent that from being developed in the future.
So basically you're saying you suggest this as a norm to every single human being.
Yeah, why not? I mean, we have the technology now that will let you actually hack into your own DNA, see what secret your DNA holds for you. And if you can take advantage of that, then why not? So get this information and then you can use that to your advantage to stay healthy. Everyone wants to stay healthy.
Sure. What do you have to say to traditionalists who will turn back and say that, you know what, come on, we've lived all this life, all these years, and it's been pretty okay. What is new that you're going to bring to the table with personal genomics now? Come on.
Sure. I mean, people have lived before, but we also know now that with medical technology that the average lifespan of every single human being, including us Indians, have increased quite a bit. I think I remember when we were younger, I remember reading in school that 60 years was considered quite old. And we have all kinds of ideas of what a 60-year-old might be capable of.
We even had chai conversations on, this is how long maybe I want to live and things like that. That's always part of our conversation somewhere.
Correct. That hand on your line is going to make sure you die very soon.
Yeah.
But no, that line on your DNA might help you actually live longer than you ever thought that you could, because you want to take advantage of this information. And just like we've always taken advantage of advancements in medical science, we can now take advantage of advancements in genomic science. We have information that was really not available maybe 5 or 10 years ago, and now we have the technology. So the idea is to keep moving with the times and take advantage of what's there and use it to stay healthier.
It's like the astrological predictions for your DNA and your genetic makeup.
There you go.
I think instead of looking at the lines on your palm, it is better to look at the lines of your DNA and maybe take action right now. We're going to be talking about personal genomics a little more, because not just this, there are a few other departments of genomics too.
Sure. I mean, personal genomics is really something that's going to help you in few different ways, and we'll talk about that in a while for sure.
Oh my, seems like she's training to be a radio jockey already.
I would love that. If you guys want me back here, say yeah.
Beautiful now, Zed and John Billion. And if any...
You're tuned in to 94.3 Radio 1, and this is Mumbai On Demand with Annie.
Radio 1.
The more I'm getting to know about genomics from Pooja, the more interesting it is getting, and so many questions I'm posing her, to which she has all the answers, by the way, mind you. So it will take probably a series or episodes of, interaction with Pooja to really unveil and unravel the things that you need to know about yourself, which are available right now. But the problem is that we're not aware, and which is exactly why Pooja is here in the studio, and we are talking about personal genomics. So personal genomics is one department, like you said, but there are other things that are connected to personal genomics.
Sure. Personal genomics is probably just an umbrella term for just the ability to use technology to study your DNA and anticipate which diseases you might be at risk for in the future. But if you break it down, how personal genomics helps you actually prevent these diseases is with 4 simple kinds of steps. The first one is what we call nutrigenomics, which is nutrition plus genomics. So we look at your DNA to find out what kind of foods your body might best respond to.
Wow.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah, when I want to lose weight, I'm going to go to Pooja.
Well, I might join the queue. We go to somebody else. Okay. But if you want to stay healthy, then you should come to me for sure. I mean, a good example of nutrigenomics is this whole crazy switch to polyunsaturated sunflower oils for people who have been diagnosed with heart disease or who have, like high cholesterol. It might be good for a lot of people, but we know that amongst Indians, there's 20% of us folks who have a change in their DNA who might actually experience an increase in their triglycerides and an increase in their bad cholesterol if they switch to one of those sunflower oils. So it might be good for some people, but might not be good for you.
See, that's what we don't know.
Correct. So that would be where nutrigenomics comes in. So it's personalized recommendations for food based on your DNA. There's also pharmacogenomics, which is DNA that's based on medicines, that is based on what your DNA might best respond to. So there's a few examples of that for cancers and maybe heart disease as well. And then there's obviously targeted screening. If I didn't know I had a high risk for breast cancer, for example, I might wait till I'm 50 years old to get my first mammography, and perhaps, hopefully not, get diagnosed at stage 3, of breast cancer, where, survival chances are pretty meager. I would say about 30%. But if I knew I had a risk, I would start screening much earlier, say at the age of 40. And actually, if I were going to get diagnosed, I would get diagnosed at stage 0 or stage 1, where the survival chances are over like 98%.
Wow.
So that's really, really cool. I'm able to save a lot of lives that way. It's just being informed and being proactive. And the last thing is obviously lifestyle modification. So get off your ass and do something good with your physical well-being if that's something that's required.
So it's just a myth you're telling me that in a city like Mumbai, where we barely get time for ourselves, we can make the changes.
Absolutely. I think you just have to decide to make it a priority. And oftentimes we need evidence to help start something new.
So bad at that, yeah.
Correct. So if you knew that, my risk for lung cancer is about 80%, maybe I might just quit smoking.
Yeah.
For example, or if I have a high risk for heart disease, I might start looking into what I might be able to do. If I have a risk for breast cancer, these are the things that I need to do so that the risk stays a risk and does not get converted to a diagnosis in the future. So we're trying to help healthy people stay healthy so that they can actually prevent disease, and we're hoping really to shift the focus of medicine from a more traditional treatment to actually, prevention, so we can stay healthy while we're healthy.
Wow. Listen, that is what I have been advocating for the longest time, but without knowing what I was talking about, which is why Pooja is in the studio, like I did say. And it is very important to change our lifestyles, or to change, like she said, prioritize what we are looking at for ourselves, because it is, it will benefit you first. It will benefit everybody else around you too. And that's, I think, that big dream that everyone has of having a better place to live in. Now, come on. I think we need to have a better place to live in first in ourselves. And that's how we can spread that, that disease of good health around. And I think personal genomics is going to change everything.
Absolutely. Well said, Annie.
Wow. So Positive Bioscience, where she works, we're going to talk about that and what these guys have been doing in educating you and me about personal genomics, and also something that you might just benefit from. Right? A test, which she's going to talk about a little later, which you can rush to her, by the way, soon after this interview too.
Right here in the studio.
I wish. And probably get started with prioritizing and changing the way you look at yourself.
You're tuned in to 94.3 Radio 1. And this is Mumbai On Demand with Annie.
Radio 1.
Pooja Ramachandran Lodaya, genetic counselor with, oh my gosh, she hasn't stopped laughing. A whole hour has passed and oh my God. Okay. So yeah, she's really happy. Okay. Really happy. And she is a genetic counselor with Positive Bioscience. Now we're going to talk about Positive Bioscience. What does Positive Bioscience deal in? And what do you, I know what you do there, but yeah, Positive Bioscience in a sense.
Sure. Positive Bioscience is a pioneer in the field of personal genomics.
Okay.
And in addition to personal genomics, we also do cancer genomics.
Okay.
So we essentially lead the field of genomics in India. We launched, incidentally, India's first personal genomics clinic at Medanta at New Delhi.
Okay.
And we also launched Bombay's first personal genomics clinic at Kokilaben Hospital.
Okay.
We also have another one at Breach Candy now. But essentially, we've been in the press over like 60 to 80 times in the past 8 to 10 months, because it's a lot of pioneering, forward-thinking work. You can imagine being able to shift the focus of traditional medicine from treatment to prevention.
Yeah,
so
it's huge.
Yeah, it's pretty big, and it feels really proud to be part of a company that does this kind of visionary kind of work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so personal genomics, and which you obviously spoke about the different departments that personal genomics is linked with. which can really help us lead a better life and lead an informed life.
Correct.
So you're saying that yes, there is a chance and risk of a certain disease that a person might have.
Sure.
It doesn't mean that a personal genomic test is going to lead you to take away the possibility of that disease happening. Is that also a chance that is part of this?
That's actually a really good question, Annie. So we can't take away the risk, essentially, because we're looking at the risk from your DNA, so you can't really change your DNA. But we know that your DNA combines with your lifestyle choices, the kind of food choices or the other kinds of screening choices and health choices that you make to finally decide whether this risk will precipitate into a disease or a diagnosis or not. So we will help you reduce that risk with the aim of prevention. And there's no way to completely eliminate the risk, but we definitely help you reduce the risk to an extent that it does not manifest as disease, and it can stay something, it can just remain a risk that you had when you were like 10 years ago. It's also a once in a lifetime test. So you could do the test today and be like 60 years old and be like, you know what, I still have that risk, but it's not converted to a disease and I've prevented this from happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's exactly what personal genomics is all about, and it feels like I'm doing such good work here right now with you, man. Okay. Cool. So, when I mean good work is like, the idealistic work of being good and spreading good and all of that. Yeah.
We understand good work, Annie.
So while talking about personal genomics and the test that you just mentioned, so just tell us more about this test.
Sure. Actually, it's what we're calling the Freedom Test. It's a social initiative by Positive Bioscience. We're actually offering the test at a price that is really, really something that we're hoping to make affordable to everyone in the country, so that India can stop being infamous as the diabetes capital of the world.
Wow.
And we're slowly also catching up, and we might end up being the heart disease capital of the world.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's really quite sad. And these are both conditions that are quite serious, but also superbly preventable. So once you know what your risk is, we'll help you reduce that risk and prevent the disease. So we're really focusing on helping Indians stay healthy. And the month of August is dedicated to the Freedom Test, because we want Indians to experience a new kind of freedom, which is a freedom from disease.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's beautiful. So then talking about freedom from disease and talking about this test, it's pretty heavily priced otherwise?
Yeah, usually, I mean, if I can say out the actual prices, I mean, it usually is a test that costs anywhere between 30 to 40,000.
Okay.
And we're actually taking off nearly half or more than half of the price on ourselves and offering it at 15,000. And for folks who are going to get it until the end of the week, until the end of July, we're actually going to be offering it to them at an early bird, if you will, price at 13,500.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So where does one find you and register for this Freedom Test?
You can go to Positive Bioscience, our website. So it's www.positivebioscience.com. We also are there on Facebook. So Facebook.com/Positive Bioscience. And we're also housed at Kokila Ben as well as Breach Candy Hospital. So you can walk in there anytime. And the best way to probably do it is just go to the website and punch in your contact information, and someone will get back in touch with you.
Wow, that's beautiful. The true freedom that we're talking about, we've already started talking about it on Mumbai On Demand with Pooja Ramachandran Lodaya.
Oh, God.
Oh, now there she goes. Okay, so I can stop saying Lodaya now. And, well, then also, there's just this one thing I want to ask you is, say, for instance, a layman wants to know more about personal genomics.
Sure.
Okay, Wikipedia is always there.
Correct.
But you need to have informed knowledge to take informed decision, which is what I think personal genomics is going to play a very big deal in.
Yeah, sure.
So,
I mean, go ahead.
So how does one then, does Positive Bioscience also help you understand more of personal genomics? Do you kind of conduct classes?
Well, we don't conduct classes. Unfortunately, there might be someday that we might do that. No, not really. What we do is genetic counseling. I think whenever there's any kind of work that involves genes or genome or DNA, it's very important to have an expert who understands the medical aspects of it as well as the more humanistic sides of things. Because, I mean, a genetic counselor then is an expert in medical genetics as well as psychological counseling, because we have to deal with all of this information about our genes. And so the best part about Positive Bioscience is that as a genetic counselor, I'm available to everyone that even wants to make an inquiry about the test to see if it's a good fit for them. And even later on after the test, what are you going to do with the results? How are you going to use it to change your life? And things like that. So we're available, and we really are focused on providing these kinds of services, because without genetic counseling, all this information might not necessarily make sense.
Yeah.
So just to be able to translate it into something meaningful and actionable so that you can actually use it to reduce risks, prevent disease, stay healthy.
Beautiful. Stay healthy, stay free. I think that's been the message today coming from Pooja. Yeah. And there is a request I'm going to be playing for her before we bid goodbye to each other. And that is, what's the song you want to listen to?
I would love to linger. Yes, because it's been so much fun on your show, Annie, but I would love to listen to Linger by the Cranberries.
Okay, there it is. I'm going to be playing the unplugged version of Linger, the Cranberries. Thank you so much, Pooja.
You're very welcome, Lani.
And it was great having you over. And yes, like I said, there's going to be a series and episode that we need to actually sit down to break, everything down when it comes to personal genomics and what gene makeup is all about. And what is it that we need to know, you and me, even if we are not science students. You don't need to be science students to understand science, by the way.
Correct.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
It is as simple as someone who's an expert like Pooja sitting in front of me can talk about it, and we understand, and we can try to implement it in our lives to make it better. Thank you so much once again.
Thanks. Bye-bye, you guys.
Bye.